Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and this is part 2. I was unaware they were going to cut this out and have it all one piece. So we need to do a little bit different things here. I originally thought they were going to engrave it, but they're going to cut it out. So object, ungroup objects. Now we need to turn these 3 letters back into a hairline, and I'll show you why in just a second. We can leave them black for the time being, because if you're going to cut them out and use the weld border tool, there's going to be this space even if you've got them closer. So let's Control K and break those apart. Now you have individual letters, and we're going to set our nudge distance on 0.25, and we're going to nudge this over. We want a pretty strong weld. We're going to nudge this over, and that would be good enough. Now what you can do is take the whole thing and go right here to the weld tool and create a boundary. We're going to set our nudge distance down on 20 inches. We're going to grab our boundary and move it out of the way, and you can see this is good and welded. Now, this is where kind of the problem is when you turn these back, and I just noticed I didn't move that A over. I didn't have it, so that's close enough for the video. But we need to grab all these and then make them back to that 12 point, but scale with object, so it matches the other. Now you can see a little bit of a problem here. You've got the S is too thick. But just take your virtual segment delete key and delete that. And then this is personal preference, how you'd want to do this. I think that right there would look pretty cool. So that will all engrave. Let's set our nudge distance back on 20, and it is. Let's turn this to red so we know it will cut out. Now you could cut out the center of that, and that would just be personal preference. But that right there will engrave and cut out. Now the only word of warning to whoever's doing this, this is a pretty weak joint. You might want to do a little bit more. Matter of fact, let's just back up and make it a little bit more. Won't take just a second. Now let's make sure we get all that A, and this time we can grab the S also. We need to change our nudge distance back to 0.25, and then grab all this and nudge that over, because you want a pretty strong joint there. Then we'll just get rid of this one. We'll go here and make our boundary. We'll set our nudge distance back on, let's do 25 inches this time. Get it out of the way a little more. Now you need to select all these and make these back to 12 points or whatever point is, but we need to scale them with object. Don't forget to do that, because when you make this smaller, they will change. Now you've got more of a problem here, but it's not that big a deal. We can trim that out, and you could actually leave one side of these. You know, that's just personal preference. But this will all engrave, and then this will cut out, and let's make sure it's red. And then that is a much stronger joint. And it all depends on the wood. If you're using plywood, that's plenty strong. If you're using a real wood, that might still be a little bit weak, but there's really nothing. You've got about the same amount. And especially if you're going to glue this onto another piece of wood, it'll be plenty strong. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.